Today I'm going to be ranking every single Dead Reels class from worst to best. So if you guys enjoyed this video or if it helps you out, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment what your favorite class in the game is, and turn that bell on, ring the notification bell. Let's get right into it. Alright, so coming in 13th place is actually going to be the Zombie class. Now, the reason why Zombie is so bad is mainly because you can't use snake oils. If they made it so you could use snake oils but still use Zombie, it would be actually pretty decent. But the fact you can't use snake oil makes it literally the worst class in the game. You guys can see I am damaged. When I eat a zombie, it barely refills any of my HP at all. So, like, quite basically, it's a terrible class. It's one of the only classes in the game that are actually worse than not using a class. So if I were you guys, I would stay away from Zombie. Do not use this class. It is literally the worst class in the game. And quite frankly, I think it's a sort of challenge run to try and win a game with Zombie while also spawning Tesla. Like, it's genuinely really difficult. Try that out if you guys want a challenge in this game. Now, coming at 12th place is going to be Ironclad. So, Ironclad gets a ton of armor at the start of a game, but you walk 20% slower, which if you guys are not aware, that makes you slower than the regular zombies. While this may not be a problem, if you get ganged up on like this, you can die really easily, especially if you do not have a gun, which is why I'm not using the gun, by the way, in case you guys are wondering, because I want to show you guys realistically what it's like to play Ironclad. So yes, you take a lot less damage, but I am almost dead. I'm literally one hit from dying from just a few zombies because the normal zombies, they walk faster than you. Not only that, but it's really easy to get full armor in this game, and you won't have this massive speed debuff. Like, look, right now, I don't have a healing item. Imagine I don't have a gun. It's over. I lost. That's the end. But yeah, Ironclad is just really bad in my opinion. I'd recommend not using this class unless you're in a team, and even then, there's better team. I would stay away from Ironclad, honestly. Now, coming in 11th place is going to be the class called None. It's basically classless. There's not much to say about this, so I'm not really going to show you guys gameplay. Basically, you spawn with a shovel. That's all you get. There are classes that are worse than classless, so, I mean, feel good about that. It is definitely possible to win classless, if not somewhat easy. It's just the classes will help out a lot. Alright, so starting out with the priest class, there's also not much to say about this, but I will show you guys the crucifix here. It won't let me pick it up. Alright, there we go. So there's not much to say about the priest class here, so I'm just going to show you guys real quick what priest could do. Basically, priest is going to be in 10th place. This is mainly because, honestly, the fact you don't get struck by lightning, which is its passive, by the way, isn't really that good. It's obviously a good, like, it's nice to have for, like, solo runs, maybe, because you know you won't get one shot by lightning, which would obviously really suck. Also, the fact you spawn with two crucifixes and holy water obviously makes it better than classless, but I think the passive just isn't good enough, and it is extremely easy to find crucifixes and holy water. In case you guys are wondering what crucifix or holy water does, crucifix basically, when you put it down, it spawns a lightning bolt that can strike them. It is a pretty good defensive weapon just to mount to your train if you want to do that. And holy water, actually, it does damage the zombies that walk over it, and it'll strike them with lightning. Like you guys can see right now, it's doing this. You mainly want to use crucifixes and holy water against werewolves. That's like the main reason you would use it. Not against zombies. It's kind of a waste. But yeah, if you have holy water, you can take out hordes of zombies very, very easily. It's an okay starting class, I would say. Like, if you're new to the game, this class is probably pretty decent to start off with. Alright, so coming in 9th place is actually going to be the Arsonist. Now, the Arsonist spawns with 4 Molotovs and has a passive of your fire damage does double. So it can actually be extremely useful against mobs of enemies. Like you guys can see, I just killed all those zombies basically immediately. I'm going to throw a Molotov down right here, and you guys can see they walk through it. So get out of here, bro. I'm trying to do something. No! Right out of my feet, buddy. Yup. But as the cool passive of it does twice as much damage, I just think that pretty much all of the other classes are kind of significantly better than Arsonist. But Arsonist, honestly, is not bad. Like, Arsonist is a solid B-tier class. You get 4 Molotovs to start out with. I don't think you take damage from fire. Yeah, you don't. So you can just stand in it, bait zombies into it, and they'll take damage. It's honestly a pretty decent class. Like, I'm going to be real here. It's really easy to get Molotovs in this game. I'm going to die. All right, well... There's the pitfalls of Arsonist. I'm not very good with this class. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, Arsonist, pretty decent class to start off with. The Molotovs, they do double damage. I think Holy Water Fire also does double damage, so if that's what you want to use. And yeah, Arsonist, 9th place. So coming in 8th place is actually going to be Miner. So as Miner, you start off with 2 coal, which is actually a pretty big deal. because 2 coal is kind of insane, and I'll show you guys its passive later, where you can see during the nighttime. You also start with the pickaxe, which does more damage than a shovel, so that's also worth mentioning. I think miner is like just a really good class to have in teams. Like, if you have 1 conductor and 3 miners, you will be able to get a lot of distance. Because you start with 2 coal with miner, you could even probably buy a gun if you want to. Like, you could easily buy a gun. Yeah, you could buy a gun and ammo instead of spending it on coal. So you could basically be a cowboy that starts with 2 coal. Basically, you could turn yourself into just a cowboy class, which is pretty cool, all things considered. Or you can spend it all on coal and get a full tank of coal so you don't have to stop before the next outpost. I don't know why you would do that, but you can. And I'll show you guys here in a second what the passive does. Alright, so you guys can clearly see that when you play miner, you get... like, this light, it may not seem like a big deal, but you literally cannot see inside of buildings at night unless you're holding a lantern. It's a pretty big deal. Ignore all the dead bodies. They were being annoying. But yeah, honestly, this passive is insanely useful if you like just doing stuff at nighttime. Alright, so coming in 7th place is going to be the Alamo. Now, there's not much to say about the Alamo. It's a pretty basic class, all things considered. You start with the helmet, 3 sheet metals, and 3 barbed wires. But I do actually think Alamo is pretty underrated, in all honesty. From the Alamo, you could completely defend your train. So the Alamo starts with 3 sheet metals. So you could completely defend the cabin of your train from outlaws immediately without having to find or buy sheet metal. And you start with barbed wires, which, well, barbed wires, honestly, in my opinion, are not that great. It's nice to start with some, because you can put them on the sides of your train like this, and when you pull up into a town, the zombies will get damaged by the barbed wires. So it is pretty nice, all things considered, and the helmet is always a plus as well. The main pitfall of this class here is because you can find sheet metal, you can find barbed wires, you can find a helmet, but I do think that starting with them is a big deal, and I do think that in a team setting, sometimes getting an Alamo is very nice, or even solo, just so you can defend yourself against outlaws so you don't die instantly. Very nice class, very basic, but very good. Now, coming to 6th place is going to be the High Roller class. Now, honestly, I'm not a big fan of this class, but I will admit it is pretty good. So you see I got 50, 95 money. So High Roller, it honestly gives you a pretty good start, because if I wanted to, I could buy a revolver, I could buy an ammo. So I have this, I have revolver and ammo right here, boom. And boom. So I have a revolver with ammo, and I could still buy 2 coal. So it gives you a pretty good start, comparable to Cowboy. And not only that, but throughout the game, you will get 1.5 times money. So basically, it'll be easier to get the stuff you actually need. But I will admit, the 10 times chance to get struck by lightning is a pretty big deal. A lot of people downplay it because they're like, oh, just stay in your train. Oh, just get a lightning rod. If you're playing solo and you make a single mistake, you go outside 1 time during the night, you're probably going to get struck by lightning, and your run is probably going to end right there. And it's the only class in the game other than Vampire which can actually do that, which can end your run just because of the class itself. So I'd recommend only using High Roller if you are very conscious about staying inside. And not only that, I quite frankly think that the 1.5 times money is only for early on. It's a big deal early on. It'll get you an insanely good start, so make sure to maximize the amount of money you get early on, or the class is kind of useless. Now, coming to 5th place is actually going to be the Doctor. Now, the Doctor's really high up because you don't have to worry about having bandages to revive your allies. That's obviously like one of the big pluses about Doctor. Not only that, but if you want to, I'm pretty sure you can sell your starting items to just get more money. So that's a big plus as well. Not only that, but the starting items, the 2 snake oils, are actually just honestly really good. So you can see I start off with 110 money. That's enough to buy a rifle and ammo. If you're in a team setting, you could buy a rifle and ammo, and the other people could get coal, and boom, you're set for the rest of the run. Instant win. So basically, I honestly think Doctor has a really strong start with just selling their items. And not only that, being able to revive teammates without needing bandages is also a pretty big deal as well. And even if you don't sell the items, 2 starting snake oils is extremely strong. Pretty much guarantees you're not going to die until you, like, get the stuff you need. So just keep that in mind if you're choosing classes. Doctor is insanely good in a team setting, and it's alright in solo just because you can sell all your items. So coming in 4th place is going to be the class known as Cowboy. Now, Cowboy, it's basically one of the classes that you need to complete one of the challenges known as Pony. You get this horse at the start, you can use it to kill stuff, it's very nice. But I honestly think the best part of Cowboy is the revolver and 2 ammo without having to spend any of your starting money. It's a pretty big deal, in all honesty, starting off with a revolver and 2 ammo while not needing to spend money, because you could buy 2 coal and buy another ammo, and you have enough ammo for like a very, very long time because of that. Also, to mention, you do start with the horse, so you don't have to worry about messing with outlaws. So if that's a big deal to you, then there you go. You get a free horse. Cowboy, honestly, very, 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 very good class. Like, if you don't know what you're doing in this game, I recommend always starting with Cowboy. It's the best basic class in the game, and I would argue that it is probably the best class for people that are new to the game, just because there's no silly passives you have to understand. None of that. You just get a revolver, you get a horse, and if you even want, you can even kill your horse with a shovel. Like this. Wait a minute. Oh my gosh, you can't kill the horse? Oh, you can. Okay. There you go. And you can use its quartz for fuel if you want to. Like, look at this. Oh, look, I'm riding it while it's... Boom. Free fuel, am I right? Now, coming in third place is going to be the Conductor. Now, I'm going to be honest here. In a team setting, Conductor's #1. It is the best class in the entire game for a team setting. For solo, it's like... So, in a team setting, you want one Conductor, but it's just that the Conductor literally basically can't play the game for a while. Not only do you have you have half HP... So, you literally just, like, if you fight, you basically die. You also start with no weapons. So, unless your teammate drops you a weapon, you're effectively, like, you're done. Like, you can't do anything. You're just there to manage the train pretty much with Conductor. But a Conductor in a team setting makes the game extraordinarily easy. Like, even easier than normal. First of all, you spawn with 2 coal, which is insane. And you could drive the train. You guys will see here in a second. You could drive the train at double... Well, you're not double, but you could drive the train at an even faster speed for less fuel consumption. So it's a pretty good starting class for obviously team play. In solo, you can play Conductor, but I will warn you that unless you have the game pass that gives you a gun at the start, or you buy a gun with bonds, you'll probably die. It's not a probably, you will die eventually. Yeah, it'll happen, trust me. So, Conductor in solo, I would never do it unless you have the starting weapons, but in a team setting, Conductor is definitely #1. So just keep that in mind when you're choosing the classes that you're going to be using in your team. Now, coming to second place is going to be Vampire. Now, I'm going to be real with you. I think Vampire can be argued for being the best class in the game, but it's just the idea of having to constantly worry about your HP it kind of makes it like not that, like, it makes it hard to play. It basically makes the game hard to play, in all honesty. Now, I will show you here in a second. You guys can survive during the day if you use the vampire knife to kill enemies during the day. And the fact that you move twice as fast is insanely, insanely, insanely useful. Now, I'll also show you guys a little trick right here that a lot of vampire players do. If you block the sun, you won't take damage. But you have to constantly block the sun while you're moving, like this. So, it's just kind of annoying to do this strat, in my opinion. So, it is what it is, I guess. If you want to play like this, with your camera constantly being up, you can if you want. But I do think Vampire is insanely good, as I'll show you guys here in a second. Alright, so as you guys can see, I've arrived in a town here. If you actually kite the enemies back like this, you move so fast that you can actually kite them and not take damage from even fast zombies. Like you guys can see, I'm clearly moving faster than the fast zombie. You also move faster than werewolves, which is very nice as well. I'm not very good at kiting, but yeah, if you're really good at kiting, you can actually heal faster than the sunlight does damage to you, which is actually a pretty big deal in all honesty, just because it allows you to stay alive during the day and clear towns. Now, I will also say the vampire knife is an insanely good starting item because it actually 3-shots zombies, if you care about that. But please keep in mind, if you guys ever play vampire, you guys need to stock up on snake oils like crazy just in case you get low during the day. You can just pop a snake oil and heal. Not only that, but snake oil makes you even faster, so you're like significantly faster than even a horse while your snake oil is active. Now, coming in first place is going to be the survivalist. Now, the survivalist is honestly insane right now. It's definitely going to get nerfed, so I would abuse it while you can. With a normal revolver pistol, you one-shot zombies to the head while not damaged, by the way. I am not damaged at all. One-shotting zombies to the head. And with a rifle, you one-shot zombies to the body. If you're damaged, you can 3-shot werewolves in the head. Werewolves, by the way. And you can one-shot vampires to the head. So, Basically, any scary mob in this game, Survivalist makes a piece of cake. If you get damaged by a werewolf, you're going to kill it immediately anyways. You get ganged up on zombies by like this, you one-shot them with a revolver to the head. First town. First town. Not only that, but if you care about this, it is 2 body shots with no... Well, I lost HP, but it's 2 body shots with a non-damaged Survivalist to the body. Rifles, like I said, to body are 1 shot. It is insane. This class is insane. Even if you use the Electrocutioner, if you get damaged by Tesla at the end of the game, you can absolutely destroy Tesla with Survivalist. Just make sure the Survivalist has the gun. Otherwise, that's going to be a lot harder of a fight. Trust me on that. But yeah, Survivalist, insanely strong right now. I would argue, like, it's way too strong. But I do enjoy playing the class. It makes the game a breeze. I can just enjoy playing it right now. I will use Survivalist until it gets nerfed. But yeah, guys, it's actually going to be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe. Let me know what your favorite class is in the comments below. And I hope to see you next one. Peace out.